think I've been making a big mistake. But then it comes a point where you're just sort of losing the plot a little bit. Let's take a look at some of these bits from Shein. So honestly, one of the best things I ever did. This is a bit of a lesson I've learnt. What do we think about the colour on me though? Am I looking a bit ill? At some stage, you've got to stop beating yourself up and go, yeah, that's fine, that'll do. Let's move on. Hey guys, Rhi here. Thank you so much for joining me for another chatty vlog. How are we? I'm sure you can tell from my tone of voice that I'm feeling much better than in the last vlog, where Bella was ill, bless her if you watched the last one. She is now finally feeling so much better. She's back to school today. It is Monday. We've had a lovely weekend. The girls performed with their dance school locally, which was really, really sweet. And perhaps the most significant event of the weekend was my eldest turned, wait for it, 19. Yes, you heard that right, 19. And how could I have a 19-year-old when I am but a 19 myself? Also how I feel sometimes. Until I hang out with actual 19-year-olds and then I'm, yeah, 19. So he was back and now he's off doing something with his band. He's doing a music degree in university, and though there's not actual lectures on at the moment, he's gone back to do that today. But yeah, we've had a lovely weekend. The little ones were just so thrilled to have him home, but beyond thrilled. And we had a nice Mickey waffle breakfast and went for lunch and just had a really nice day actually. I put some pictures up on Instagram and someone said, oh, I love how he still has a Spider-Man cake. It's like, yeah, that's just, everyone gets kids' cakes in our family. So even my mother and father-in-law, who are no longer with us, they were in their 80s and they were having like Peppa Pig cakes and stuff because the kids always pick the cakes for everybody. So regardless of age, in our house, you get a birthday cake and it's a kids one, okay? Because it's a kids one, picked by the kids. So today I am having a filming kind of day. I'm gonna obviously like chat to you guys in this vlog, but more specifically I've got to film some actual sit down videos. I've had so many requests for back to school videos. I know what some of you are gonna say, Rhi, the kids haven't even broken up yet. Well, at the time I'm filming this, my children haven't even broken up yet. Leave us alone, we don't want to go back to school yet. And if that's the case for you, that is fine. When those videos come out, please skip them and just pause them for when you are ready, file them, add them to watch later, isn't it? You don't pause them, add them to watch later. But I get so many messages saying, oh, when's the back to school stuff coming? When's the back to school stuff coming? So I am going to be putting those together now, and for those who are ready they can watch them because I know certain places go back to school a lot earlier anyway, and for those not ready then just leave it. So I need to be setting up. I think I'll film that in the lounge. I've taken to hiding my tripods in this cupboard just because they were just in the way when my office was the other way around. So I think I'm going to go through, I think I'll film in the lounge. The my computer is doing something, it's making a terribly loud noise, so it's probably not a good idea. I think I shall film here. The weather outside is quite grim. It's supposed to be July and it's like literally stormy disgusting today, so I'm not impressed with that. I'm trying to do this with one hand, I want to chat to you guys. So the weather's gross, and this next couple of weeks, my children are at the point of filming, I've got 2 weeks left in school, and honestly, this time of the year, it feels so busy. It's like as chaotic as Christmas. I think it's partly because Will's got his leaver stuff going on, which is lovely, because he is leaving primary school. Feeling quite emotional about that. But he's got like this week alone. We've got, how busy it is. Haircuts tonight. Luckily the hairdresser comes to the house. That's an absolute godsend. If you've got kids, get a mobile hairdresser. Honestly, one of the best things I ever did, because then they're not all moaning while the other one's getting hair. Just godsend, honestly. And I can get my fringe cut again. My fringe is a bit out of control, but I'm not allowed to cut it myself. No. Anyway, so hairdresser tonight, some film, our year in film, and swimming tomorrow. Dancing. Oh, I'm going into school, so I've got a shorty day. I'm going into school to film with Will's class, because I need to put together a short film to show in their leavers assembly. Then going on Thursday to edit that. Also dancing Wednesday, also karate Thursday. Race day all day Friday, followed by William's leavers party, Dara's mock exam. Then Saturday, Dara's actual exam and a birthday party, and I've got to take William's school uniform shopping. That's just this week. And then we got another week that's equally manic and chaotic next week. So it's all like very lovely stuff. But equally, it just feels very manic and busy, you know, very manic and busy. And then part of me feels like, oh, I need to be really catching up on like as much work as I can right now, because obviously I'm gonna have the children home. My husband still works as normal, so it just means I have no childcare. So I either have to get up earlier, work later, or somehow just working with the children home, I never manage to get as much done, so I need to squeeze it in somehow. I don't know, I figured out every other year I'll just have to do the same, I guess. I'll just have to do the same. So there is that kind of that guilt then that comes with that, the summer guilt, which I'm going to try not to feel, because some days we're like, yay, let's do things, and some days it's going to be like, guys, you're going to have to just potter around the house and play because I'm going to have to work. I'm just going to have to not feel the guilt about that. I'll do my best anyway. Okay, so we've got tripod set up. I think I'm going to use the little lav mic thing, which I stick on myself, because audio wise I'm still tweaking everything I'm doing. Like, I'm filming this vlog now. You guys, I'll just show you how I got you as a little setup, because I had this camera recently, didn't I, in another vlog. So setup at the moment, I'm using an external microphone. Can you see yourselves? So I've got an external microphone and it's just on this like stick. So this is my like general vlogging setup. This is what I'll use when we're vlogging out, when we're going on the Disney cruise and things, because the audio is pretty good. But then if I sit like much further back, like I will do when I'm filming here, I'll just move this around here, then the audio isn't quite as good. The only thing with a lav mic, sometimes if anything brushes up against it, so lav mic, I'll just stick it on there, I'll show you in a second, sometimes the audio goes a bit funny. But I've got to say, this camera, I'm using an external microphone right now, but the internal microphone I've been really, really impressed with. So I know I talked in the vlog where I unboxed it, the camera and stuff, about the new camera, and I've been using it quite a lot now, and I'm absolutely loving it, literally loving it. The other thing, what else I want to feedback about, a bit more light here, look, my mascara, I'll just show you. This is the one that I bought in Primark. It was a dupe for one that I've been using loads. Now, in the video where I showed the mascara, and I did my normal mascara on one eye, this light's probably better actually, I did my normal mascara on one eye and I did the Primark dupe version on the other eye, and I've got to say, on that video, I managed to get the Primark one all up here, and I was like, oh, is that something to do with how smudgy it is? Sorry, Primark, that was nothing to do with you, that was just the application. So for the last few days, I've just been wearing the Primark one, and it's, I would say, identical to the Maybelline one, just absolutely identical, but it's only £3.50. So feeding back on that after another few days, you know, chef's kiss, it's good stuff. The only thing with Primark is you can't always get it, can you? Sometimes you go in thinking, I'm going to buy this particular thing, I don't always have it. We're going to do a very quick outfit of the day, because I've been trying to get back into habit of doing that, and sometimes I forget. So although the weather's quite disgusting outside, it's still quite warm, so I've just got this vest top on, which is much higher than the ones I normally wear, but I've got this in this taupe, I guess, colour. It's from Next. It's got like a curved hem on it, so I could wear it like that. Yeah, but I'm quite liking that. It's from Next. And then I've got this maxi skirt, or is it a midi skirt? Because it's not all the way to the floor, is it? It's like halfway down my calf. But this one has got like a funny gathery bit, a fake fold. It's not a wrap, it sort of looks like a wrap skirt in black. And this is also from Next. And I'm liking it. It's just feeling kind of summery, but comfy, cool, casual. Is that better? Is that better? Does anyone care? Does it matter? Probably not. Okay, enough chit chat. I'm gonna go and grab the microphones, mic myself up, and record these back to school tips videos, one for primary, one for secondary school, because they're quite different. So you can now see I've got this little mic. Hopefully the sound is coming out here. We can use this as a little sound check. Now the difference with this, obviously I don't want to be touching it because it makes funny noises if I touch it. So I've got to really be careful my clothes aren't
mucking it, but I'm mostly going to be sitting still. And the idea is, so if I just plonk you guys down here, I can put the camera down here. It won't be, it'll be on that other tripod, but no matter how far away I move from the camera, you should still be able to hear me perfectly well back here, which you wouldn't be able to do if the microphone was just on top of the camera as normal. So I'm going to move you guys onto this tripod, grab my notes and stuff. I don't script vlogs and stuff, I just talk rubbish really. But if I'm doing a video like these, so these videos are tips for starting primary school and then tips for starting secondary school, because I get so many questions about that stuff. And I think the last time I did videos like that, 2019, something was in the old house, really long time ago. So when I do videos like this, I don't script them as such. I just write bullet points and the rough order I'd like to do them in, and then I just talk around those points. But otherwise I'd sit down and be like, oh, what am I supposed to be saying? And then when I'm editing, I would be thinking, yeah, left so much stuff out. I do always, after filming a video, think, oh, there were extra tips I could have put in that. But then I think this is a bit of a lesson I've learnt generally in life, not just film video making. So I'm sure this applies to someone in your life, whatever it is you do. It's so hard to know in what I do, but generally in life, at what point you just go, right, that's good enough, and move on to the next thing. Because I always struggle to know when does everything need a bit more editing. And then I always know there will be mistakes in my videos, there's mistakes in my blog posts. I'm dreadful at proofreading my own writing work. My spelling's not that bad, my typing's appalling. I like everything to be perfect. And I know it can't be. So I really struggle to know at what stage is it okay to go, right, that's fine, done is better than best, and move on. And what stage do you just keep tweaking and tweaking? Because quite frankly, every video I've ever made, I could have kept improving it, but then at what stage you're like, well, actually I've got to do the next thing. I guess it's the same with anything, with cleaning. Like at what stage you finish cleaning, you're like, oh, there's more I could have done. At some stage you've got to stop beating yourself up and go, yeah, that's fine, that'll do. Let's move on. So I'm going to film hopefully these two videos. I am going to change my top in between. At some stage you've got to stop beating yourself up and go, yeah, that's fine, that'll do. Let's move on, which I tend to do when I'm doing sit down videos and I'm filming multiple things at one time, just because otherwise people start watching it and they're like, they think they've seen it even though it's a different video. So if I change my top, it's quite obvious it's a different video and people are more like to not click off, I guess. So let's set up the room and just get on with it really. Okay, truth time, I've made a bit of a rookie mistake. My receiver thing, which is attached to this, which sends the audio to my camera, just went flat. So not only have I got this mic with the receiver thing attached to me, I've also got a battery pack stuffed down my skirt so I can film this video. So I got my notes. Is my brain engaged first thing on a Monday morning? No, so hopefully this video will make some sense. Okay, let's go. Okay, so that is my first video done. I'm going to dump all the footage onto my computer and just check the audio is okay and stuff before I film a new one. I'm going to eat something as well. I still haven't eaten. I did have some fruit breakfast time with the children, but now I'm pretty hungry and my stomach is rumbling and making noises. So I'm going to dump this footage, but I just wanted to chat very quickly first. I have a podcast. I don't know if you guys know that. I have a podcast. What I have been doing, I think, with the podcast, I think I've been making a big mistake. And the mistake I've been making is to not differentiate between what's for a video and what's for a podcast. So I started off filming and I was just talking to camera and I was trying to use it as a video and then just take the audio for the podcast. But then I realised, because I was trying to use a special podcasting microphone at the same time, I had some audio squiffy issues. And then I filmed a few with just like headphones on and stuff, but then they did okay as a podcast, but they didn't do very well on YouTube because obviously YouTube is a visual platform and people want to see stuff. They don't want to see me sitting still and like no moving around. It just gets a bit boring. So then I did away with that and I've been trying to make things that work as a video and work as a podcast. And I think it's a mistake. So although this video I just filmed will also be a podcast episode because I've had people asking for it as a podcast episode, like they want the information in a podcast. I think what I'm going to have to do is make videos that are videos and podcasts that are podcasts. I don't think I'm doing myself any favours by trying to use one thing in 2 formats, because I don't think it works. So I think what I'm going to do, I said I was going to try the podcast up until my birthday, which is October, but I've got the summer holidays coming up, as I said, and almost no childcare. So I think what I'm going to do is shelve the podcast over the summer after I put out these back to school ones, shelve that over the summer, and then going to try it in September, just doing audio only, not worrying about video, literally just chatting, making a lot more chatty, because I think some of the episodes when you're just listening don't make as much sense without the video. But then also I feel like the videos don't do as well because I'm trying to keep the podcast in mind. Is this making any sense at all?
Okay, editing Ree here to jump in. I think, because when I was talking in this video, I couldn't put my finger on why the podcast and the video didn't make sense. I think it's because when I'm doing a sit down video, it's reasonably formal, it's quite structured, it's quite deliver information. Whereas when I'm vlogging, it's more chit chat off the top of my head. I think the podcast needs to have more of a vlog vibe, but only in audio, than a delivering information in bullet points kind of vibe. I think. I could be wrong. And I would love it if you let me know in the comments if that is what you want from a podcast. Does it need to feel more like a chit-chat conversation? Because I think that's what's missing from it. I think that's why I'm not as happy with it as I could be, because when you're just getting the audio only, reeling off point, isn't perhaps what you want from a podcast. Because in those sit-down videos, I'm not doing any how are you and chatting about the place, and I feel like podcasts I listen to have that. So all that chit-chat, that vlog-style chit-chat, needs to go in the podcast, and I'm more likely to do that if I just stick my headphones on and just record it with no video, the same way I do when I'm doing a speed clean. Basically, if you've listened to my speed clean voiceovers, I think that's more how the podcast should be. Of course, I could be totally wrong. I'd love to hear your opinions, because obviously I want to give you guys what you want to watch and listen to. Anyway, back to the show.
If you would like to listen to my podcast and give some feedback on thoughts, whether you're enjoying it, I will link that below. So it's called Real Talk with Ree. You can find it in any of your podcast stores, podcast providers, podcast apps. It's free anyway, it's not a store, is it? So I just listen to podcasts on Apple Podcast, but I think you can listen on Amazon or Spotify or all the other podcast places. Let me know in the comments. Do you listen to podcasts? And if so, which ones and where? Which app do you use? Because I'm always looking for good recommendations anyway. So yeah, check out my podcast. There's quite a few episodes on there already. I think I am going to take a hiatus. A hiatus sounds more like exciting, doesn't it? I'm going to take a hiatus rather than a break or stop doing it, and then give it another go with a new format in September. That's what I'm thinking so far. But if you have enjoyed the format and I'm just overthinking it, let me know that too, because that would also be helpful. Let's get the footage on there, eat something, and then change my hop and film another video. Okay, so I've got all the footage that I've just filmed into the computer, and while I'm waiting for the microphone thingies to charge up from the wall a little bit, I'm just looking for some B-roll clips. So it's a video about starting school for the first time. I'm not actually using this microphone, I'm using the fluffy one. This one's charging. Anyway, so it's a video about starting school for the first time. So I'm looking back through some old vlogs that have school-related stuff in it. So where I was doing school runs when the little ones were very small, when Zara started school for the first time, and I'm just falling into a bit of a rabbit hole, guys. Just listening to their little voices. Like, pictures of your children are lovely, aren't they? Of when, like, oh, look how small they are, look at their cheeks. But I don't think you realise how much they've changed till you see them move and hear them on video. And just like her little voice, like, listen to this. No, olive bread. I don't think they've got olive bread today. Should we get some French bread? No, or bread rolls?
Olive bread.
Olive bread? I know, but I don't think they've got olive bread, baby. I think they've sold out. How about bread rolls? Do you want bread rolls?
Have some normal bread like this. Why not? Which kind then? Should we get some bread rolls? Should we get a few packs? Okay, Mummy will get these. Does anyone remember that far back where she was that tiny and she's, in fact, before she's saying I'll live bread there, she used to call it uff bread, uff bread. Let me know down in the comments if you're one of the OG lot. That, I mean, that would have been pre-YouTube channel days. I think that would have been just Insta, where she was just like, uff bread, uff bread. She was obsessed with olive bread. Every time we went to the shop, she was like, uff bread, uff bread. It's just adorable. Anyway, enough of falling down the rabbit hole. I will need to find those clips for illustrating points. It's called B-roll. In fact, I went into Bella's class recently and we did like a short film where the children were acting out a story they'd learnt, like a local history story. And I was talking to them about A-roll and B-roll and frame rates and stuff, and they loved it. It was all, they found it really interesting. Obviously, I find it quite interesting because that's what I do. So I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to cameras and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it was just really nice to be able to do that with the children. Anyway, that microphone thingy is still doing its thing. It's still charging. My computer is still updating and importing footage. So I think we're going to take a little break from filming. I'm going to go and change my top anyway. So I'm going to take this off actually. To go and try on some bits I had from Shein. So if you follow me, I'm trying to get this microphone thing now while I'm playing with my bra. If you follow me over on my Mummy 4 Does Disney account, channel, all the things, Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff, then you'll know we're going on a Disney cruise this summer. Don't worry, we are getting on some non-Disney stuff in a second. I'm just explaining. The Disney cruise is going through its 25th anniversary. So 25 years ago, it first launched. They're doing this Sail the Shimmering Seas anniversary thing. And I wanted some outfits for myself and the girls. Maybe a t-shirt for Will if I can get one. Might have to get them some from Etsy. But I wanted dresses for myself and the girls in this lovely turquoisey colour. Thought that can't be too difficult, can it? We can like have some outfits all matched in this lovely turquoisey colour. But do you think I can find anything in that colour? I was struggling. Anyway, some people suggested Shein. So I ordered some summer dresses from Shein. I thought I'd share this little Shein haul and try on with you. I only want to keep things I love. I think I was talking about this in previous vlogs. I only want to keep things I love that I'm actually going to wear. But ideally I need something that's the right colour for this turquoisey, tealy. It's not quite as dark as teal, is it? I did have a look on a website actually where you can decide which colour things are. You can like do the colour picker and it'll tell you the colour. And it did say cerulean blue. One of the colours might be. That reminded me of The Devil Wears Prada with that bit. Was it Meryl Streep is the main actress? I was talking to Anne Hathaway about the shade of blue. That always makes me think of that. Anyway, let's go and try on this Shein haul while the computer's doing its thing. See if any of the colours are any good. See if we're going to keep any of it or if it's all going back. Because I've got to say I've sent a lot of stuff back. I've ordered a lot of clothes if you've watched recent hauls and things. I've not kept much of it at all because I don't know if I'm getting pickier. I don't know. But not much of it has stayed. Let's see if this is any better. In no particular order. It is so hard to know which colours things are when you're looking online. I don't think this is the right colour at all. It looked like it could have been in the picture. No, that's very like baby blue, Cinderella blue. That's not at all tealy turquoise. It's very shiny. Do you know what? I'm going to try it on just for fun. But I don't think this is going to be the right colour for what I'm looking for, even if I like the style. Okay, ignoring the bra, which is obviously totally wrong. I'm not sure there's anything good about this this dress on me. It doesn't seem to fit right. It's the wrong colour for what I'm looking for anyway. If any of these are not suitable for the Disney cruise and I absolutely loved them and they were just good summer dresses, or if I could use them as a different Disney bound, you know, like if this could have been for Cinderella or something, but I am just not liking anything about it, I'm afraid. No. Okay, so this one, I don't know, it feels a bit like a bridesmaid's dress, do you think? It's totally the wrong colour, isn't it? I mean, it's Cinderella blue again, it's Cinderella blue. The back on it is probably not right for this bra, but I don't know. I don't dislike it as much as the last one, but equally I feel it's a little damselly. I don't know. I don't think this is right for me, personally. What do you think? Thoughts? I'm thinking it's got to be another send back, isn't it? Again, totally ignoring the bra, which I'm aware is wrong, but this one feels like a bridesmaid's dress again. I think it's also the wrong colour. This definitely feels more green than whatever the colour it is. Cerulean, turquoise, aqua. The back is interesting again. It's too bridesmaid, isn't it? Too bridesmaid, wrong colour. We're not even close. None of these are close, I don't think, to what we're looking for Mickey and Minnie. I don't think any of them I'm loving so far, but let me know in the comments. What do you think? Okay, the colour on this one might actually be closest of all the ones we've tried so far, but I'm not sure about the style. Let's give it a go. Okay, the colour is closest to where we want to be, I think. I think it's not too bad. And of all the styles, I mean, it feels kind of like a beach dress, doesn't it? But it's a cruise beach dress. Would that do? It doesn't feel like an evening dress, perhaps. All of it is very long. I don't know. Could this be it? I wasn't sure, but I don't know. I think I might not hate it as much as the others. And the colour, I don't know. I have to put a picture. I'll put a picture next to it. Is this the right colour? Oh, I don't know. Will this do? Again, the bra is wrong. I will have to sort out the bra situation if I keep this dress, but it's a definite maybe. I don't know. So indecisive. Please help. Please help me decide in the comments. I've got one more dress that I have got to try on now that is not supposed to be this colour. I just fancied it because it's like a dusky pink colour and I love dusky pinks. So let's try that on before I go back to the filming I'm supposed to be doing. Okay, so the colour on this is much, much darker than I thought it would be. I thought it would be more of a dusky pink, and it's more like a, I don't know, it looks funny in this light, but it's more like taupey brown. But then if you look at it in more like daylight, it does look a bit different, doesn't it? Anyway, I ordered this because it reminded me of that Bowden dress that I got, the black one with the tie at the side style. And I saw this in the bag and I thought, nope, I don't like it, because before you tie it up, it looks like this. Just like a big square. Just a big bizarre. But you know when it's tied in, I might like that. What do we think of this one? Have I finally found something I like? Is this a keeper? What do we think, guys? Keep or send back? Like, buying this, I did not understand the brief. The brief was to get something in that bluey turquoisey colour, and this is not that, but I think I like the style. What do we think about the colour on me though? Am I looking a bit ill with it? Possibly. I'm looking still anemic as everyone else gets more and more tanned. I'm not, for some reason. I used to tan so much when I was younger, probably unhealthily actually. But now I just don't seem to have time to, and also the weather. Look at it. Ugh. Anyway, keep or send back? For now, I have not got time to decide this. I need to find a different top and go and film a video about tips for parents with their children starting secondary school, comprehensive school, high school. What do you call it? What do you call it where you are? Secondary school? I think there are lots of different words for it. Anyway, the thing where you go up in the UK, it's age 11 to the big school. Whatever you call that. Let me know in the comments what you call it. Okay, we've got an outfit change, well, top change, back in my skirt. So we're going to film this second video. Part of me thinks it's a good idea to batch videos like this and when I've got clean hair to sit and film. But while I don't find vlogging draining, like I can chat and vlog all the time, even like going around, if you watch my Disney vlogs, just chat, just babble away. That doesn't drain me. I don't mind that so much. But having to sit and deliver like a sit down, I want to share value video, I find a bit more like bleh at the end of it. Does that make sense? Like, I really want to make sure that the tips I'm sharing are valuable. If someone's clicked on a video about how to help when your child's starting secondary school, then you want them to go away feeling like, yeah, I really like got something out of that. So I guess it feels more pressure, I suppose. Less waffly, less me just going, here are the random thoughts from inside my head, and a bit more, here are some structured, helpful things that hopefully will help you. But I do find that a bit more
draining. So sometimes I've got these great ideas. I'm like, I'm going to film 3 videos, 4 videos. And then I realise that I get mentally drained after doing 1 or 2. And then I just start talking rubbish and missing the point. And it's not beneficial. So yes, batching videos is advice that all the experts will give you. But equally, I think you've got to manage your energy levels. And I think this carries into the rest of life as well. It's like when you're cleaning, you may as well like keep cleaning. I've already got my like scruffy clothes on, whatever, keep cleaning. But then it comes a point where you're just sort of losing the plot a little bit and you're better off going to do something else. That's how I am anyway. So iPad at the ready with the notes I've made. I need to get this camera back on that tripod. I have got my little mic, hello, attached onto this top now, a bit more subtle when it's black on black. Okay, let's do this and then I can have some lunch. When it's time for your baby to leave primary school and take that big step into secondary school, it can be quite daunting, especially if it's your first child going to secondary school. Got through the video. Editing really is probably going to be having a bit of a tough job with that one because I'm now feeling totally brain dead. I think I started off great and then it's going to need a lot of editing out all the ums and ahs and getting it wrong bits at the end because I'm now feeling a little bit zombied. Possibly because I'm hungry. I think, yes, it is 1:30. I am hungry. I'm going to dump this footage onto the computer, change my top back to what I'm actually wearing today, and then chill out and have a little bit of lunch for a minute while all this footage transfers on the computer, and then get back to it before going to get my babies from school. Time to go and pick up the kiddos. Home now from the school run. A little bit windswept, but at least we didn't get soggy. And Zara is doing her Dilys homework. You might have seen this on Instagram. Where's Dilys? Oh, here she is. This is Dilys, the class dragon, and we live in Wales. Oh, here she is. We live in Wales, and Dilys the class dragon has to go on adventures with each member of the class, and then you have to take pictures of what Dilys has been doing. So we've got all these pictures, and then we have to write in Welsh, Dilys did this and Dilys did that. So this is what Google Translate said, and the people on Instagram said that's fine. So hopefully it's fine, because sadly, although I live in Wales, have done most of my life, when I was in school, learning Welsh wasn't a priority on the curriculum, and now it's a massive priority. So my Welsh skills are just a little subpar. It's a bit embarrassing, really. Bit of a shame, but they are doing lots of Welsh in school now. So how's your work looking, darling? All good? Good. You love the breadstick, don't you? Well, it's now not crazy early. I have taken off my watch, so I don't know what time it is. Must be about 6:30. But I'm going to do what I quite often do, which is take off my makeup and have a shower while the girls have a bath. I do this for a few reasons. One, multitasking, because I'd have to supervise them in the bath anyway, and they get to, you know, play in the splash in the bath while I have a shower. And also, I like to shower quite early in the evening, because if I shower just before bed, I find it wakes me up too much and then I can't go to sleep. So I'd rather do it this way around, and then after the children in bed, I'm all like makeup free and chilled. Let me know if you want to see a full after school evening routine video. I can't remember the last time I did one of those. Really long time ago, I think. So probably about due for one of those. So thank you so much for joining me for this vlog. Don't forget to like, subscribe to all my YouTubey things. My latest video is on screen, another video you may like, and also a link to my planner store. Did you know I did planners? I've got planners. Go have a look at the little store, and subscribe. There's a button there for that as well. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.